Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Soul Talk with your girl, Kilfox. We are here. We're going to do a general tarot card collective reading. Link is here to help me out. She's feeling a little feisty. As you can see, watch. Yep. He took over my tarot card box right here. I was shuffling. He decided that that's his box for right now. You gonna let me do this reading? Or are you gonna eat all the cards? Alright, let's see what we got in this energy today, y'all. So I did have a beautiful dream last night, and it was basically like, so I personally, within my own life, have had a lot of people come after me for, well, some of the reasons are still unknown to me today, but anyway, within the dream, it was basically showing how, because everybody has already put in their attempts and have tried to come after me but couldn't touch me, something about the contract is up. It just came up today. Like, whatever deal that they made with whatever entities, it's like it was like a regular contract. Like, they were supposed to get something done because they did not. All the storylines of them coming in and taking over my own life or taking me out or hurting me, whatever that is, like, they have to go away. They have to walk away. The only timeline left is the one that I'm here to create. So it's like, and I know that I'm not the only one going through this, so this definitely applies to someone else in our collective. So I really wanted to share that. I feel like this is a huge turning point for for everybody, really, right? But pertaining particularly to my story and to my dream, I know that there's a huge turning point for some of us in terms of like the being targeted type of deal. All right, so let's see what's in our energy. So we have telepathy here. We've got tipping the stick scales in the reverse, though. Saving for a rainy day in the reverse. I am working with pre-shuffled card decks, which is how and why our little cat was able to take over our box right here. But just to let you guys know, we've got training troops here. Okay, so whoever I'm talking to right here, I feel like you are spiritually gifted, perhaps with telepathy, but some kind of spiritual gift here. Wow, and I feel like it just confirms everything that I said. Like, I feel like those who were trying to tip the scales in their favor and benefit off of your energy can't no more. Can't anymore. Saving for a rainy day in the reverse, it's like you don't have to hide and scrounge or anything, or you won't have to after this next energetic phase of consciousness flows through. We've got training troops in the reverse, so I also feel like perhaps you're supposed to be on a path of sharing your gifts or particularly teaching your gifts, like teaching people how to connect with themselves to be able to unlock their own gifts so that they can more rely on themselves and their own discernment rather than the opinions and judgments of others. We've got moth to a flame here. So I feel like you're going to be given a lot of support. I feel like the universe itself is going to be like literally sending people your way. And they're going to be like a moth to a flame. So you could be somebody who has maybe tried to do this in the past, or maybe tried to do this with a different area of specialty, but it's like you didn't have the traction, you didn't have the customers, you didn't have, you know, you just didn't have the business. But I feel like that wasn't because of you, per se. Let's get a little more clarity on that. Pisces rising. You could be a Pisces rising, someone close to you could be, or you could just have Pisces in your chart. But with the Pisces rising, I mean, that's just confirming the fact that your spiritual gifts are coming fully online, but not just online, because I feel like at least some or most of your gifts have already been online. That's why you're here right now. This is how you've been able to survive so far. It's more about other people recognizing you for your gifts and celebrating you for your gifts, rather than dismissing you and calling you crazy, and trying to send you off to an institution type of deal. We've got Eagle Scope in the reverse. These people do not have access to you anymore. They cannot see what you're doing. They're not allowed to see what you're doing. In fact, I feel like they're going to receive punishment for even attempting at this point. Now that the contracts are up, if they attempt to look at you, they'll be taken down. I've got undecided decision here, and ancestor, but it was in the reverse. So, excuse me. You're the first in your bloodline to do something. Perhaps maybe to get this going, maybe to get your senses online, and to be able to share. This could also just be simply the fact that, you know, you're going to be able to walk your own path now, and perhaps your ancestors haven't yet been able to do that, or maybe it's just been a long time in your bloodline since someone has done this. All right, so let's move on to some tarot cards. See what else comes out here. We'll start with our Citadel deck. Okay, so we have the Spy Master in reverse. Like I said, they cannot look into you anymore. Look at you. The Alchemist, because you've become the Alchemist, like you've mastered alchemy, I should say, in the sense of alchemizing your consciousness, alchemizing all of the dark energies into light energies. The Acolyte in reverse. You've learned what you need to learn in order for this to exist within your reality and happen for you. And then the King in reverse. So yeah, it's like you've defeated all of these crowds, communities of people who have attempted to discourage you, to kill you, to stop you, to hinder you, to hurt you in any kind of way. It's like they no longer have the capacity. You know, it's not even like, don't get me wrong, they never had the capacity to begin with, but that was all because of you and the conscious decisions that you made in each and every scene of your life. You know, I'm going to switch over to our Magic Midnight deck. I knew his little butt was going to fall asleep. He's been going at it, boy. He's been sleepy for the last couple days, and so today he was just a ball of energy. And he's been going at it. I'm surprised it's taken so long for him to crash out. We've got the King of Swords here. Beautiful, beautiful card. Seven of Wands. King of Wands. Five of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like a truth, like an ultimate truth, right? Because this is the King of Swords. An ultimate truth is clearing through the confusion, pulling this King of Wands through, and reversing this King of Cups. Or, I'm sorry, Five of Cups. So yes, I feel like on top of the fact that these people can't get to you, they're also being exposed, or some situation or lie or some working against you is being exposed. What else do we have with this energy here? You got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Swords. So I feel like this is a particular energy that's being pointed out. I'm getting kind of a feminine energy, but it's a karmic feminine energy. And it's like she was making it out to the world like her successes and her money and her material things were all because she's an independent bad bitch, right? But this exposure is showing her as not independent. In fact, she's been working with somebody else's money, like she's been taking bribes, she's been selling herself. It's not a true Nine of Pentacles. It's not. Then you have this Nine of Swords coming out. And so this person, this energy, because of this exposure and this reversal of Five of Cups that was sent, they're really going through some SHIT right now with this Nine of Swords. Queen of Swords. Bro. So it might even be that this Queen of Swords is the one that's responsible for the final exposure of this particular situation, the person. And then the Six of Swords. Yeah. So there's a Queen of Swords. A Queen of Swords is responsible for exposing this karmic female energy, what they did, how they did it, why they did it, and ultimately revealing the true energy of this person. Because I just really am picking up that this person likes to attempt to copy other people's energy. It's like they want to. It's so weird. It's so cringe, bro. It's like but I feel like this person was never taught to create their own personality or character. They were never taught that. In fact, I feel like they were groomed to like purposefully mimic other people and like embody them in some kind of ways. Really, really weird, bro. Alright, so we're going to move on to our next tarot deck, see what else we have. What else do we have in our collective energy at this time that maybe we need to be aware of or acknowledge in some way? So we got the Knight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. I feel like this is yet another energy that has attempted to stop you. This Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This person spread a lot of rumors and gossip about you, and I know for a fact that one of these rumors has to do with how you make your money. Like, I feel like there must have been some kind of smear campaign or something, where people kind of joined in and was like, yeah, she's, or he, they're a pimp or a prostitute or, whatever it was a blatant lie. And they were successful in convincing other people But somehow or another, they lost balance with the smear campaign. It fell apart. Then we have here the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So this is our collective vibe right here. It's like you rose up as the Queen of Wands. Did your, did you with your creative energy and your imagination, right? Then became the Queen of Pentacles. Then became it could either be like a gatekeeper of a portal, or just the fact that maybe you can utilize some portals here. But either way, it's like, no matter what, like it just gives me the kind of vibe of like, no matter where you are in any dimension or space or timeline, it's like you'll always be able to find safe ground or hiding. Like you'll be able to, I don't want to use the word escape, because I feel like that's not truly encompassing of what I'm trying to get across, but maybe for now I could use the word escape. Because, I mean, the reason I don't want to say escape is because I don't want to give people the idea that, if you've been granted the right to like travel or whatever, and if you get stuck into a particular timeline or dimension, if you do something wrong and the fault is yours, then technically you can't just fucking hop out, okay? Because the only reason you're able to do this is because you're operating by universal law. So I don't want to confuse anybody that's watching right now. So just know what I'm trying to get across here is, because you operate by universal law, you have the ability to leave certain timelines and dimensions if and when needed, and if and when qualified. All right, so I'm going to move on to our next tarot deck, see what else we've got in our energy, and then we'll close out with our angels. We've got the Hermit here, the Nine of Pentacles. One more. There we go. We got two more. That works. The Hermit, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Sun in reverse, and the Six of Wands. This is just our collective. The collective, or the group of people that I'm speaking to, has definitely spent plenty of time in isolation, plenty of time with investigating themselves, their lives, their decisions. And because of that, you're coming out as this independent, successful person who doesn't have to rely on anyone to make anything happen for themselves. And then we've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands here. You've healed. There's been a huge heal. It's like you've mastered. I don't want to say mastered healing, okay? Because the fact of the matter is, we're kind of healing throughout our entire life, right? But it's like you've developed a system of being able to heal yourself whenever you need it, and like that's yours. And you must have taught someone else or helped someone else or advised someone else, because I'm also coming up with that quote that was given to me by a world champion dance coach of mine, who said, "It's not yours until you teach it." And I feel like that's the case. You've taught someone or you've helped someone, and because of that, you're now crowned this Queen of Cups. Then this King of Wands, like a perfection of your discernment. First off, it's like a perfection of your discernment, which constantly has to be worked on. So don't get me wrong. Just because I'm saying there's a perfection of it doesn't mean that's going to continue. Because if you don't, keep yourself in that vibration, in that mindset, and making good, healthy decisions, then that's not always going to be the case for you. But right now, this is where you're sitting at. We've got the Page of Pentacles with the Sun in reverse and the Six of Wands. So again, just the overall message of like this, the truth of your life is coming to light. It's like no matter what they do to cover this up. And it's also given me the vibe of the universe is purposefully covering something up right now, but it's not from you, it's actually them. So it could also, just be connecting to earlier where I said they no longer have the right to look at you. And so because they can't look at you, they can't see your truth, right? But with the Six of Wands, what is that? That's the opposite. That's recognition and being seen for who you are, being loved and celebrated for what you've done. There's been an order, there's been an order of the disorder. That's what I'm getting. So last messages from our angels. Let's see what they have for us. We got the Eight of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups in reverse, Eight of Wands, Two of Cups, and then the Ten of Swords in reverse. And the Devil. So, whoever you are, collective, the angels want me to tell you right off the bat, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Like, what's yours is yours, and what's coming for you, it's coming quickly with this Eight of Wands. It's coming very quickly. And it's like, it's matching you up with, I guess basically the timeline or the path that you're meant to be on, that you're meant to be working on and operating on. And then, as you can see, because of this, it's blocking the Ten of Swords coming from devil energy. So it's like there's a protection. It's like you've always been protected, right, your whole life. And that, I feel like that's been made pretty obvious to you, because if it hadn't been made obvious, you wouldn't have been able to heal yourself. That being said, it's like an ultra layer of protection being put around you. It's like this graduation of sovereignty, and it's more like this sovereign type of protection and energy, but it's still a gift from the universe. But the universe is like, no, that you have control over this power, you have dictation, you have the right to decide where, when, and how to use it, with the understanding, of course, that you must always be operating within universal law. That's really cool, you guys. I'm so glad to hear this. I'm so glad that our collective is turning a page with all of this, because I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I'm ready to move on, man. I'm ready to move on. I've always known why I'm here, bro. Like, I just want to get to work. I'm ready. I'm excited. And I feel like you guys are feeling that too. Maybe not actually with physical feeling right now, because I'm not going to lie. This energy, this energetic shift that we're going through it's had me in the pits, y'all. It has had me in the pits in terms of like physical ailments. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. But you know what? I'm trying to honor myself. What my body says that I'm tired, I need to lay down. If my body says, no, I don't need to be doing that, I'm doing the very best that I can to like really honor what my body needs right now, because I feel like that's the most important thing, that we take care of ourselves during this time. But I love you guys. I look forward to our next reading. You have a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. I love you guys. Stay cool. Bye.